concerning adolescence in young people. Actually, when I heard a story of Rebecca in the morning, I felt badly. I thought that I'm not a young, I thought that I'm not someone who is young, yet I'm young. So from there, I felt pity on myself. I said that, how do our parents leave us when we are suffering like this? Yet they know what to say. Yet they know what to do to us in order for us to come out of this problem. So when our elder said that it is us parents who are leaving our young people to suffer, yet we know that we are the ones who are supposed to be leaders of tomorrow. How can we lead others tomorrow in future if you don't want to advise us, if you don't want to share with us how to come in this problem? So I've learned so much. So Mother, I really thank people, everyone who attended this conference. I really give thanks to the organizer who gave me opportunity to talk. Thank you very much. May you continue the same spirit. Since in my life, I've never attended a conference which is like this, and it is too educative to me. As young people, we need now to take this opportunity to thank our leaders. And we need to understand ourselves. So thank you very much. Because of time, I was supposed to talk much, but I may end here. We shall talk more.
Thank you, Larry. We have heard, and thank you for that message. Those of you who are parents here, you have heard, and that is very important, what she has really raised here. At this juncture, let me invite Dr. Mugahi, kindly come and we go into the closing session. Since our guests are here, we request you to come and invite the director and then we close off this. Thank you very much. So in the meantime, we have heard, what are we going to do differently?
Thank you so much, Olivia. And I also want to appreciate the organizers, our young people, the funders. Let's give all of them a big round of applause. I know you're all tired. My role here is very simple. First of all, I want to thank our members of parliament for making it here. We invited them on short notice. They are very busy people. And I'm going to request that we also clap for them. Our director, Dr. Olar, who is going to give the closing remarks. Thank you so much for being a very good advocate for young people and a very good advocate for safe motherhood. We also love you so much. A big round of applause. Allow me invite Honorable Dr. Kamara. I don't know if we can bring the microphone there. Wherever you're comfortable, Honorable, but stretch a little bit. Kindly step. Dr. Kamara is a very good friend of mine and a very good advocate for young people. We shall give him 2 minutes. We cannot limit the Honorable. And then we shall invite our director to make the closing remarks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mugahi. I also add my voice to thank the organizers who've been in many conferences and workshops and meetings, and you find adults sitting, addressing adults, making resolutions and policies on behalf of the youth. Today it is different, and I want to applaud the organizers for bringing the youth to decide for themselves. I just have two remarks. The first remark is that I am really adolescent responsive. And if you want to know, I have trained two adolescents, and they are in this room. One of them is Dr. Mutumba, whom I taught at university. And another one is Dr. Patience at here. I don't know where she has gone. She was also my student at university. So at least, if I don't achieve anything more, at least I have achieved by training two adolescents to be doctors. I don't come from the area of self-motherhood. I'm not a gynecologist, and I'm not even a public health specialist. I'm a consultant physician, and I'm a diabetologist. But in diabetes, this is when I started training as a specialist in diabetes. That is when I started understanding that there must be adolescent responsive services. Let me give you an example. Most of the diabetes youth or adolescents are type 1, and they have to use insulin, and they have to attend clinics for diabetes patients. Now, adolescents do not think in the future. You cannot tell an adolescent that you use insulin today such that you may live in 20 years. That's when I was taught that that's not how adolescents think. The second thing is that adolescents listen more to adolescents than us. The third thing, when they go to our clinics, they are neither children nor are they adults. So when they go to our clinics, they totally get confused. Because when they go to children,
being a passionate supporter of young children. Now, young people, you see your allies. You are represented in parliament, you are represented at MOH, you are represented in the religious bodies. So don't say you don't have space. The space is there. We are creating you more space, even going to parliament. I would like to, before I invite our chief guest to give closing remarks, I would like to appreciate the sponsors, the partners who have supported us in this conference. Allow me to appreciate, my dear chief guest, allow me to appreciate Stops Uganda, Chai Clinton Health Access Foundation, UIF Uganda Adolescent Health Foundation, WHO, Aga Khan Young People, Plan International, SRH Alliance, Ministry of Health and UNFPA, and all the other stakeholders who have joined in. We really appreciate your support. We appreciate your commitment. This is a Safe Motherhood Week, our dear guest. We started yesterday. We had the postpartum hemorrhage webinar, which was a huge success with over 500 attendants. This morning, yesterday again, we also had a press briefing and meeting the media, which was also a success. This morning we had a high-level roundtable with thought leaders in safe motherhood, which was a success, and you also attended. We are now concluding day 2 of our activities with the Youth Summit, Adolescent and Young People Summit about safe motherhood, which is a very huge success. Tomorrow, we proceed with the final 2 days of the conference, Safe Motherhood Conference at Munyonyo, and I think those to attend have already been invited. But we want to thank each and every one of you who has been with us for the last 1 month and for the last 4 days of activity, very tiring work, but I want to thank you for standing with Safe Motherhood, and I'm sure with the momentum we have, we shall reach the district level and community level. I want to use those few remarks to invite our dear chief guest, the Director Curative Services, Minister of Health, Dr. Charles Solaro, to give us the closing remarks. Dr. Charles, you're most welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Mugai. Good evening. Are people still in the room? Good evening. That's a little bit better. Our members of parliament who are present here, the UN, WHO, UNFPA, NASCMEC, the youth-led organizations. The Queen Mother was told she was here and sent a representative. All the young people, the team from the Ministry of Health, the media, academia, ladies and gentlemen. First, I'm happy to be here. And the theme of this summit is definitely leave no adolescent behind. It was around 4:30, coming to 5. And I was almost being left behind as myself, so I said, no, I shouldn't also be left behind. I have to go to the what? To the conference. I have probably 2 or 3 comments I will make, but allow me first to appreciate our members of parliament who have been here. Both of them are doctors, and I think they gave me practical experiences, and I think we'll be able to lobby and work through them. I also want to make mention that if you looked at the Assistant Commissioner in charge of Reproductive Health, Dina Mutumba, all these are useful what? People in the Ministry of Health. So I'm looking at that these really the people who represent what? And they understand your activities, because probably even if they have had a transition from wherever they have been part of this. So I also want to confirm that most of our employees, the majority of them are really young people, and I think they should definitely be responsive to the services which they are supposed. I want to thank the partners who have been able to work with us, and despite COVID, we've been able to pull through. As a ministry, we are committed to prioritize health, and especially sexual and reproductive health needs of adolescents and young people.
and knowing very well that the 10 to 19 years constitute 34, which is almost like a 30% of the what? More than 30% of the population. So really, if we are able to reach them, then we have reached really the people who need the services. We also want to say that COVID has taught us lessons, that home is no longer a safe place. Schools definitely also were not a safe place, but homes have become no safer than safer what? Safer places. And we really need to be able to look, how do we do it differently? The other aspect is that COVID definitely has also brought a lot of mental health challenges. Now you will find that an adolescent staying at home with old people, he has nobody to engage, he has no other people doing, and yet schools would have been provided this opportunity. So we really need to be able to see that we get vaccinated, and I hope the majority of people here above 18 years, they have already got vaccinated. The vaccines are safe, efficacious, can prevent you from being admitted and also dying. So Richard and Mutumba and Dina, we've talked about the so many delays. It means that the people are delaying to come to us. But I think we need to make a deliberate effort that now we have to move to the adolescents. If we have to be able to see that we have to get a middle ground where we can be able to do that. We should not longer be talking that people have delayed. We have to see how can we be able to reach them. So we need to speak to these groups, and we should not wait for them to be able to, and we need to listen to them, what they want. The NDP 3 objective and such is definitely a multi-sectoral approach. That's why you're seeing all these organizations, they are here as government, the UN agencies, parliament. This is a multi-sectoral approach. It's not Minister of Health alone, Minister of Education, I hope they were here, Minister of Gender, they were here. We need to be able to see that we move the agenda for the young people. For those who, somebody said that for them in Maracha, they have not seen. I think Richard and Tim, and we need again to be able to say that what the young people, most of them do not know here, that when you see a partner anywhere in any part of Uganda, you're actually seeing government, because the partners are actually working for what? Government. If government has not allowed, the partners will not come. So, but at the same time, we need also to increase our visibility. And I think, Richard, we have been in Maracha several times and many other places. We need to be able to see that we maintain our visibility. Schools are still very important and keeping young people safe, and I think we need to be able to work on that. So lastly, it's a shared responsibility. I think all of you are of sound mind. You need to be able to see that the decisions which you make have an effect on your future. And if you want to be the next Dr. Sabrina or next Dr. Mugai, you need to be able to postpone all those aspects which will probably put you into bad, where you lose all your future. But at the same time, we need also to be able to see that even if the unfortunate thing has happened, how do you get back to school to be able to continue? Because many people, there are many experiences, there are many examples of people who have moved and they have been able to get over it. So this is an opportunity. We look forward. We will wait for the summit report and be able to see that, put the different actions and see and set also the timelines, but at the same time work with our partners to see, and government, how we avail resources to be able to achieve those objectives. So that when we get back to the next summit, we shall be able to review 1, 2, 3, 5, what are the things we agreed, and how have we been able to progress. So thank you for your participation. This is a great summit and great participation. It's late in the evening, but people are still very active. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Richard, for reminding me. You know, when COVID came, the meeting stopped being there. So issues of that is now my honor to officially declare this youth summit officially closed 2021. I declare it officially closed. Thank you very much. I also want to thank my neighbor, because she's been able to translate everything I said correctly.
A few young people, photo moment here with the director in front.